Welcome back to the channel. So we are going to hop back into Tavern Brawl. This week it is the spiders everywhere Tavern Brawl. And well, we've had this one before, but you know, I kind of like this Tavern Brawl. I'm generally a fan of Tavern Brawls where there's an element of surprise and element of RNG, but don't really require you to have any insane cards or aren't really broken with certain. Say compared to last week with the Who's the Boss, you know, you could really break the Tavern Brawl with a Maiden of the Lake. You could also break it with certain Inspire cards, and you know, the more crazy Inspire cards you had, the better your deck would be. So you know, it gave an advantage to players who had cards like Nexus Champ Sarad, epic cards like Kodo Riders, things like that. You know, that's not the full story. I know that those cards aren't. There are drawbacks to playing those cards, but I like the feeling of, I guess, democracy. Okay, so before we hop in, let's have a read. Spiders everywhere. Spiders have overrun everything, including your deck. Whatever class you play, your deck will be teeming with spiders. Okay, so my usual approach with this is the web spinners are 1/1 minions, and Rogue's Hero Power makes 2 1/1 minions. So that's what I'm going to start with today. Although having said that, I really wouldn't mind experimenting with a couple other things. You know, if you guys want to let me know what classes you want to see me play. I'm going to start with Rogue just to try and get our win of the week. Win of the week. Basically, you get the free pack win of the week with Tavern Brawl, and then I think we'll experiment. A couple of thoughts I have in my head include Pally, because as we see here, Pally has a very high value hero power, and in this mode I don't know whether it's likely or not for you to run out of cards. I really don't know. I haven't played enough of it to be sure. But if you run out of cards, say if your web spinners are unlucky and you get a load of 1 cost and 0 cost cards, you get a load of boars and a load of I don't know, Murloc, the Murloc eating things. I think I will. Well, let's clear first. So this is one of the key components of this brawl is always trade first on your turn, because you might see something that's a better play than 2 web spinners. Because you always have a web spinner play. For the majority of the early game, you always have a web spinner play. Should I put the Raptor down? The Raptor can get value, but it slows down the quality of my hand. I think I'll develop the quality of my hand even though I picked up a Raptor. So the Raptor challenges his web spinner very efficiently, and you know, he doesn't get to trade 1 for 1. But like I said, I think it's important to develop your hand with these. God. So what this brawl also does is include certain. I think it's a random number. I think it's like 5 or 6 random class cards of the class you pick, and it could be anything. And I think from memory, it's not limited to two per given deck. So I could, if I was really unlucky, I could have like 5 preparations and no actual spells. But that's a little bit premature. I can't be 100% sure about that. You know, and sometimes this changes things. So last time I played, we didn't have Mooklas, but now we do. And Mooklas is really powerful. I don't know if I've talked about Mooklas before, but Mooklas is sort of the card that you want to put in your deck if you're winning and you have time to hero power up. So basically, if you're winning on turn 7 and you have, say, one or even 2 things on the board, you can throw down Mooklas and hero power up, and he just starts gaining value, and his value is immediate. Okay, let me just think. Let me just think here. I think I will get value with the Raptor, so just clear his spinner away. And I think I will spinner weapon up. And as I'm apt to do, I like to hold my weapon, because he's definitely going to play more web spinners. He gets one every turn, so I'm going to be able to get a lot of turns clearing his web spinners basically for free. I mean, at cost of one life point, but essentially for free. And as I was saying with Bookless, if you reach turn 7 and you're somehow ahead, and you have 1 minion, possibly 2, the ideal scenario is having 2 on the board. You can basically set up a very strong win condition with Mookless. So Mookless by itself is a win condition for an early game aggressive card, and I've been intending to do some experimentation with early game aggro and Mookless. I've played a couple of decks based around that, and I really like how it works. It really punishes slow control decks. Well, it attempts to punish slow control decks. But you can still very much run into things like Warriors Brawls or Flame Strikes. Although Flame Strike is very slow, so him spending the entire turn, 7 mana turn, to clear your board, it's not too bad, because if you're aggressive, ideally you would have built up a hand that you can replay and then force them to either Flame Strike again, and then you're a little bit sad, but ideally they don't have the second Flame Strike in hand. Okay. It's not quite Mookless' turn yet, so I will just do I need to play the Beast? That's the thing, sometimes you have a really big card in your hand and it fits the curve, but need to be played. I think I do play it, because well, he can't challenge it, so I can use it to deal damage to face, or challenge his things if need be. Okay, so we are going. I probably should have traded with my web spinners. Didn't follow my own advice there. Yeah, so yeah, always trade with your web spinners first, if that's what you're gonna do. Okay, let's hop into the next round. Okay, actually, the one thing I had on my mind is I'm really curious as to how games handle representations of spiders. How do they represent spiders in their game? Because I'm not arachnophobic myself, but the common consensus is a lot of people are. So maybe I think games tend to have to be quite sensitive about how they represent spiders. And it's funny how Blizzard is this kind of iteration of the spider. It sort of looks like a spider. The fangs are really oversized. Anyway, I'll play my turn so my opponent doesn't have to wait while I jabber. And I think I will swing it face, because I'm not likely to use the entire turn playing cards. Next turn, entire 8 mana. So yeah, the Blizzard's choice has been to. It really looks nothing like an actual spider, because the limbs are so furry. The fangs are hugely, almost comically large. I've seen a lot of spiders in my day, and by the way, if you guys didn't notice, I come from the land down under, as what's his name would say. I'm not quite sure. So I see a lot of spiders around, and they don't look like this. But maybe you call it a spider, but then anyway, I'm rambling. Let's see. I'm going to hero power up definitely, so I will clear this first, and I want to hero power up, and I want to play 6 mana worth of things to spread the Mookla love. So here we go, and Dreadscale, no, Dreadscale is too harmful to my board. So we will do this. I didn't notice the combatant had that effect. I'll clear the Raptor, and I think I will just go face. Is that eye for an eye? Oh my god. That's one of the cool things about Tavern Brawls that have that inject random class cards. So this brawl, along with the meeting at the crossroads, I think it's called, or encounter at the crossroads, where you just get a load of random cards in your deck and you just face off against other players, because you see insane crazy cards that you've never seen before. There's our win condition, even though I never asked for it. You see crazy things that you like. Eye for an eye. When's the last time I've seen Eye for an eye played on ladder or on casual or wherever? Never. It's like, and even Ben Brode says, oh, it's one of those bad cards that you need to sort of, you know, it's there so the player learns what a bad card is. And I think that's, I don't mean to be rude, but I think that's a little horse poo. I think that every card should have its place in the game, and maybe, yeah, they're bad, but they should fill a role more than just being bad. Like, maybe bad and interesting. Yeah, bad and interesting. And I think Eye for an Eye is bad and interesting. This is okay, not too bad. All right, let's hop back in. I'm gonna try Paladin this time. So bad and interesting. You know, if you're gonna make a card bad, if you're gonna give a bad card poor stats, you could at least make it interesting. You could at least make it really cool to play with, so that players might be interested. You know, might try. Oh, let's build a deck around this card. Even though it's bad, it's got to be interesting. And so, you know, even though it's bad, I can have fun experiences on the ladder with, you know, my niche decks doing really crazy things. And if I lose, it's not too bad, because I wasn't really expecting to win. So really, I think that's, you know, it's really hard to judge from one vlog from Ben. But I think as a as a game designer, especially as a CCG game designer, you really and you know, with the ability to send not instant, but almost instant, basically instant updates, functionally instantaneous updates and changes to your cards, such as recent Warsong Commander change. There doesn't have to be bad cards in your game. And Kripp made a video about this, I think 3 or 4 months ago, but I really like that video. It doesn't have to be bad cards, because you have control over the card pool. And if you somehow decide that a certain card is bad, but it's not fun, like, okay, like I said, there can be bad cards, but I don't think there should be unfun cards. Bad is fine, unfun is not fine. Oh, I was so busy ranting, I forgot to do my thing. Always trade your spiders first, because you might find a 2-drop play that's better than 2 spiders, although I think that would be quite unlikely. But you know, it's always worth doing your homework. Always do your homework. Yeah, so yeah, bad is fine, but unfun is not fine. I mean, if you think about why people play games, they're there to have fun, right? They're not there to, like, they're not suckers for punishment, I don't think. Oh, what? It took so long for that to trigger. I played 3 swims. I would have traded anyway. Never mind. People play games to feel some sort of accomplishment, to face some sort of challenge. I mean, I guess this is generalizing to me. I play games because I like to feel like I am challenging myself to overcome some obstacle that the game has presented, and I like to have fun. I like to feel rewarded for spending time in a game. That's why I like Hearthstone so much, because, you know, you can have fun. You can have these crazy nuts decks if you want. You might not win, but you might still come out of it thinking, oh, you know, I did okay that game. I almost beat the guy, and that's a really good experience to have. I just think that the Hearthstone experience can be improved. Okay, Alec is going to draw me a web spinner, and he's going to draw a web spinner, and then I'm going to lose the joust. So Alec is just Alec's just a 3-2 for 2 when you draw it. Nothing special. I would love a Mooklas though, because a Mooklas, like last game, So Muklas is good if you're ahead, but Muklas is insane if you're ahead and a class that makes minions. Like on a 7-drop, even if I have an empty board, I could still theoretically play Muklas and it wouldn't be that bad, because it'd be a 4/3 plus a 2/2, and that's a 6/5 for 7, which isn't great. Because usually you pay 6/5 for the arena champion thing that you pay 6 for the arena champion thing that has taunt. So 6/5 for 7 isn't great, but it's okay. It isn't horribly like, you won't lose the game by spending 7 mana on a 6/5 play. Okay, so let's do some trading. I'm probably gonna play the Kodo. Yeah, okay, let's do this. I'm gonna play the Kodo. Please don't play the Kodo. Just stay ahead. And yeah. What was I talking about? I forgot. Anyway, let's focus back on the game. Just my opinions on this brawl. I really enjoy this brawl. It incorporates a lot of RNG, which I like. But you know, with RNG, as with RNG, you always run the risk of having edge cases. I don't think I want to play Redemption here, because as nice as it may be to redeem Mikoto, I don't think he's going to kill the Kodo first. So I'll save the Redemption for, say, you know, Malorn Redemption. Wow, that's a strong combo. So I get, if Malorn dies, I get a 9/1 Malorn, and then I get another copy of it in my deck. Such cool synergies. It'd be great if actually other cards, I mean common cards, you know, minions accessible to all classes, got this effect. I would love to see other cards getting this effect. The only thing I can really think of at the moment is Dreadsteed, and it's not really an effect. It's slightly different, but it's cool. You know, it gives your deck longevity. Okay, I'm definitely clearing the Tundra because it's scary. Yeah, I'll clear the Tundra. Do I want to draw a beast? I don't think I need to, because I have multiple. I have a play for the next turn. I have a play for the turn after. I don't think I need the card draw at the moment, so I just develop the big scary Malorn, which comes back. Yeah, I would love to see this effect on future cards, or even, you know, things like current cards. I know Blizzard's not really into massively altering current cards. Warsong Commander. But I think it'd improve the fun in the game. Like, this is a fun mechanic, and it doesn't make sense for me to keep it just in Druid. And I know that Druid has, like, each class has its themes, right? Druid has the ramp theme and the big minions theme, but this mechanic, I think, can belong in any class. And you know, you should be able to play that. You should be able to play it. You know, having something. Basically, I'm saying having something like this in the card pool will only increase deck diversity, because this is a cool mechanic. It might not be the best card in the world, but maybe people will figure out some sort of synergy. Okay, do I want to go Malorn to the face? No, I want to control his board. This is a 5/5 here. It can represent some sort of threat. I will trade this to see what I draw. We've got a beast. I'm not a huge fan of the beast, but if I put down beast, no, let's play it safe. Play the minion that's, you know, very sturdy, basically impossible to kill, and develop a really strong board presence. Yeah, so going back to saying, I love card effects like Malorn that increase the amount of, I guess, increasing the mechanics in the game. And it's not a complex mechanic. And oh god, okay. Oh, that's a misplay. Okay, well, in my opinion, that's a misplay, because he spent all of his mana playing minions and Mukla without buffing up. Say, if he played 2 less minions, he could have gotten a 7/6, not 7/6, 6/6 and a 2/2. And that would have been basically the same thing. Actually, he would have gotten a dude as well. So he would have gotten 6/6, 2/2, 2/2. instead of developing these two and leaving Mukla sort of at my mercy, because the turn after Mukla's played, he is at your opponent's mercy, and you know, any sane opponent, unless they're going to kill you, you know, with face damage, will clear Mukla because he's such a threat. So yeah, I do believe that was a little bit of a misplay from my opponent, but that's okay. You know, we all have to learn these things. But he has developed a fairly significant goal. Let's see what we're representing as. It's 49999 plus is 18. I don't really want to do that. I'll kill a wolf because I don't want him to draw a card if I can help it. Ah, interesting. Direwolf. Let's clear this. Yeah, let's just play it safe. I'll just cash in another, you know, casual 9 damage to my opponent's face. You know, just another day at work. And I will go Jormungar, Red Spinner. Now, Direwolf Alpha. And one of the things I really enjoy about Tavern Brawl, and something that I've only noticed since I've started making these videos, is you get to talk about cards that you don't usually talk about, and I love that. I love discussing cards that aren't in the meta, but are cards that I think are strong or have a lot of potential. Okay, we're done with this one. Let me record the win. Yeah, so cards that have a lot of potential and are strong in the meta, and Direwolf is one of them. But I think we're going to leave it there for this video, and I thank you guys for watching, and hope you have a lovely day. Let me know what other classes you might want me to play. I definitely will revisit this brawl and do a couple of more videos on it. I'm just trying to rush this one out there, you know, in time with the brawl launching in the morning. Or my morning. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a lovely day. See you guys next time.